So it's became a trend in 2018, it seems, to completely overhaul a game once they come out and change a lot about the core mechanics of the game. Now, Overhauled and Nyne this weekend, they had a free-to-play weekend, and a lot of people asked me different questions about what they did to the game, what they changed, and overall how the game felt. Now, me personally, I really did not like the update for the most part, but I'm going to talk about the things I did like versus the things I didn't like. Over the weekend, a lot of people came through my stream. I played like 30 hours straight. It was for a competition, but I played a lot of Overhauled and Nyne during the weekend, and a ton of people came in and asked what my opinion was on the update. They gave their opinion on the update, and for the most part, I heard a lot of negative feedback. Now, a lot of people like to claim that I'm a negative person, and I don't try to be purposely towards games, but when I do not like an update, I will express that I don't like the update. Now, the first thing that they changed is they made it to where you land with armor. Now, not only do you land with armor, but your armor regens, so no longer do you find these shields on the ground. I do not like that you land with the armor. I'm cool with the armor regenning because it used to be really hard to find armor. They also made it to where you land with a deagle with one clip of ammo in it. Now, I don't like this personally either. A lot of people I know also told me they do not like it just simply because people could kill them straight off spawn and you didn't have to find a gun at all. I do not think that it's that bad. It's not one of my major complaints, but it's something that I just don't like to see in the game. It does make spawn, I guess, not as RNG, but at the same time, if you land with a team and you have, you're just alone by yourself, they can all team up on you and just body shot you with the deags and kill you pretty fast. So, it kind of defeats the purpose of landing on a gun when everybody else can land not on a gun and just overpower you. Now, this isn't the same in solos, but still, it's just one of the things to keep in mind when you're playing team games. It did happen to us during the qualifiers for the, the tourney. Next up, they added deployable shields. Now, I never used it at all, so I don't have gameplay of it, but basically, it was just a giant force shield that you could pop up. I'm not sure how long it lasts. I'll say 10 to 15, maybe 10 seconds, I'd say at most. It, just popped up in front of you and it would block bullets, and they also added a gadget, which it basically was like a air cannon. You could shoot it behind a tree and push someone out of cover. If they're behind a tree, you hit it to the side of them and it pushes them out from behind their tree. Now, both of these, like I said, I never used. I did see a few people using them, but for the most part, most people, have been playing this game since before that was a thing, and they did not use it whatsoever. I don't think it's something that's very useful. But like I said, it didn't get used too much in combat, so we would have to see longer play of it. And unfortunately, that might not ever happen considering the state of the game and how much popularity it has. And the next thing they added is scrapping items. Now, this I have mixed feelings about, but for the most part, I do like it, and here's why. It basically removed the use of ACOGs from the game. Now, people still do it, but it's a lot harder to do. And me personally, I didn't take the time out to even do it when I did play the game. But they basically added a upgrading system to the weapons. So there's a tier 1, a tier 2, and a tier 3 weapon. And the way that you upgrade them to the different levels is by walking around, scrapping sights, scrapping guns, and you get item scrap. Now, the way to upgrade the first time is 300 for an MK or an AK. And then the next is 1200 to get it to level 3. Once it is at level 3, you can equip an ACOG to it. Back before they added this, you could basically just walk over, pick up an MK, and it automatically add a ACOG to it. And anybody could just tap fire an ACOG and you would beam someone. It was basically just a god tier attachment for an MK and an AK. And a lot of people did complain and say they wanted that removed because in really, really early on, you couldn't even do that. And then there was an update that they added later on to where you could add ACOGs to it. So people wanted to go back to not adding ACOGs to it. This is kind of a happy medium between the two, but it also does a lot of different things. I know it makes hip fire a little bit better, upgrading them, and it also makes the recoil not as much. It does a lot of things to it, but for the most part, it's basically just for the attachments, and it makes it look cooler. The level 2 is green, the level 3 it turns blue and has animations in it, so it was a pretty cool feature. Now, over the weekend they did make it free to play, but what they didn't do is keep it free to play. If you did download the game will be removed as of today, and you have to pay, I think, $10 for it. It may have went back to its original price. I don't know if they changed it to $10 or if they went back to their original price, but either way, they did not stay free to play. I think this is a very bad move on their part because even over the weekend when they paid Shroud to play, they had Doc and Shroud playing with like combined probably 30-40K viewers. They still only peaked at about 800 to 900 players. Maybe they hit 1,000. I'm not exactly sure. When I checked at peak time on Saturday, I know they were at like 800, and that's very bad for the game. That is not good at all. But I do not think that they need to ever make the game pay to play now. They need to make the game continuously free to play to even have a chance at having any players. Like I said, I've always really liked this game, and I still do love the game. I played a ton of hours over the weekend. I played it an absolute absolute shit ton. And I still think the game is really fun, and I think the game had a lot of potential. But the way that the devs have handled this game, I can't see it ever getting players again. Like I said, if they do another free-to-play weekend and leave it free-to-play, they may can hang around, you know, enough players to keep lobbies filling, considering there's only, you know, 50 people a lobby. But I did have a lot of fun playing this weekend, and like I said, you know, it is what it is. This is what the update was, and this is how the game was. The game did not run as well as it used to did, at least off spawn for me and a majority of people that I talked to. Off spawn, there was very, very bad lag, and I don't know if that's with the introducing of the shields off spawn and the deagle off spawn or what makes it do that, but the lag off spawn was pretty bad compared to what it used to be. Other than that, the game, you know, it still doesn't run that good for lower end rigs. A lot of people still can't run it, so they need to work on optimization too. Maybe if they do another free-to-play weekend, they get the optimization good, and, you know, maybe they can make the, you know, a few more people try it out or whatever. But hope you guys did enjoy. This is my opinion on the Islands of Nyne update this weekend and the free-to-play weekend, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.
Dead.
Good shit.
Nice.
9 people left. Probably one in. There's probably a team in this like place right over here to the north. Yeah, there's shots coming from over here. They're shooting at me.
All right.
They shot down a drone. They're at 60. You want to push them, or you want to like?
Yeah, let's go.
They're on the side of the hill over here. They're shooting at a drone. I don't know if they have like.
I need to scrap some shit so I can upgrade this gun.
I have an ACOG. An ACOG, I'm okay.
Yeah, they're fighting another team, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe.
let's go. Yeah, I see him up on the hill. Let's wrap
I
around.
don't want to get caught. Yeah, let's go
Wrap around
to
once
the
it's
zone.
5.
Yeah. Around to the zone.
Yo, he's right there. He's in the open.
Yeah, I see him.
One up on the hill higher.
One's knocked. Hit the guy up top a lot.
I'm pushing all the way up to the statue up here by Coliseum.
Oh, you're by yourself.
One's half health. They're in Coliseum. One's got no HP.
They're gonna get pushed out by gas, dude. Hit
One's
one
dead.
for-
One's down.
One
One's
for
down.
45.
Got one down.
Another one over here at the statue. Hit twice. That's the statue. Hit again. Hit again. He's really, really low. 37. Knock.
Down. One more.
On over. Let's go.
Let's go.
GG.
Let's go.
Boys.
Easy.
Yeet.
He was 4 kills.
What's the song?